Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Alpine F1 Manager 22 career mode. In this episode, we're going to the best track ever made, ever, Paul Ricard. Alright, so from the inbox, we have a thing for F1 in schools, the STEM challenge. We gain $100,000, but we're going to lose staff experience. We're just not going to attend that great program. We're not going to screw ourselves doing that. Alright, so we have the post-race debrief. Still complaining about our brake cooling, which is fine. Got a congratulations. Crazy episode, last episode. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Our overview, and then we have a FIA regulation vote. So supporting changes. That might be a rule change when it comes to like where they allocate points or somewhat or something. So we're going to check out what this is. And it says, to put emphasis in the excitement in qualifying sessions, we want to introduce a bonus point for earning pole position. Please see the full breakdown of this proposal. Right, so a bonus point for pole position. Wait. It says, introduce a bonus point for earning pole position, but it says no pole position bonus. Oh, and the top 10 allocation. Okay, so the top 6 gets points. Okay, so that's interesting. That is definitely going to be a challenge. I think that's something that I'm going to hopefully embrace because we've been very competitive. We've been up, with the Red Bulls and the Ferraris, and we've been ahead of the Mercedes most races. So I'm going to vote for this. This is going to help kind of keep us where we are and kind of screw over some of the other teams. And this kind of spices things up going into next season, but hopefully this goes through. Alright, so something we were unable to show in the last episode is that Alonso went wide and he damaged the underfloor, so we're going to have to make one more underfloor maybe before next race, and it looks like we will be able to make one, so we're just going to manufacture one underfloor. It'll be done before the French Grand Prix. Shouldn't be a problem since the French Grand Prix is just asphalt everywhere, so I don't see where we can get underfloor damage. Back at the inbox, nothing else to go over, so we're going to hit continue. And we have our design complete on our brand new suspension. So the parts for that, there's really nothing of interest here. I know these numbers mean something, but I don't have anything to relate it to, so I don't really know what any of this means. So we're going to manufacture 4 of these. We're going to see how long it's going to take those with the French Grand Prix in 10 days. So we're going to rush to just get 2 of them. Hopefully have both of them on the car before we go to for practice and qualifying and all that. So rushing 4 of these, and we're going to go develop a part right after this. Right, so from the current project screens, I think I'm going to actually change what I'm going to do here. I'm going to actually add an engineer to the front wing research. I don't know if that's going to affect anything. It's going to take 3 days off. So we're going to add that here. And then we are going to go to projects and we're going to research suspensions for next year. We have a decent amount of hours left. I think we're just going to hit that with... I think we're going to hit it with 1.4. How many? We have 46 hours. I think we're going to hit this with 22. I'll hit it with 20. And then that'll be our next research topic. We need to, can we show to what our rivals are doing or no? Okay, we cannot. Okay, so we're going to look here. Brake cooling has been a thing that we've struggled with, so we're going to turn that off. And then we're going to turn the high speed up just a little bit. And then we're through here. We're going to add 3 engineers to that, and we are going to have another research project going on. Right, so looking at Pierre Hamlin, he's got a development point already, so we're going to put that in communication because it's his lowest stat. He does not go up in overall, but hopefully that kind of improves his communication with Alonso. Back at the inbox, got nothing else to do, so we're going to continue. Got a manufacturing coming up. That is going to be for the underfloor. So that's all good to go. Keep going forward. Got a race simulator completed. We're going to look to see if that next upgrade's going through. Got an up-and-coming driver of Oliver Behrman. I mean, there's nothing that we can really do with him at the moment, but we're going to look at our race simulator experience. We're going to see how much that is to upgrade it one more time. It's $8 million. I mean, just with how much we're going to try to develop our drivers, I think we're just going to take this upgrade. It's expensive. All right, so from the rule or inbox page, we have a thing about our rule vote results. We're going to see what happened here. And majority of the team voted against. Mercedes, Alpine, for some reason AlphaTauri and Aston Martin voted for this. The rest voted against it, so we are not going to have top 6 points for next year. We're going to keep moving forward here. Got another manufacturing complete, but we are ready for the French Grand Prix, so we're going to move on to our performance targets. Alright, so looking at performance targets, we're only going to do reach Q3 is what's required out of us. Qualifying position, I'm just going to have one in the top 8. Seems like every couple races or so, we have an issue where someone gets held up or something stupid. So we're just going to bet on this one driver just having a good enough race to where they can qualify where they should be. We didn't add anything to anything here, but we still have our qualifying streak going from 3 races ago. Hopefully, we can continue this on for this episode. Next episode, we can kind of get that big reward going there. Alright, so getting ready for this practice session, we are putting Duhan in place of Alonso. The fair thing would have been to put Duhan in instead of Ocon, but since it's his home Grand Prix and whatnot, I think it's just more fair to leave Ocon in his seat. We'll try to pay back Alonso later in the year. But when it comes to parts and stuff, we have installed the new suspension onto both cars, which we have only two copies of, and then we have the 2 side pods that we're going to put onto both cars as well. We at least have one backup of that, so I'm hoping we're not going to damage our car, and if we're going to go to a place where I hope we don't hit any walls, it's going to be Paul Ricard. So we're going to move on and skip through practice. Alright, so following the practice sessions, nothing really happened, no replays to show, but we had Duhan get top of the board, set him out in a low fuel lap, went to the top. Ocon was all the way down to 16th. Practice 2 ended. We had Verstappen on top, Ocon in 9th, and Alonso in 16th. Practice 3 ended. We had Alonso in 14th and Ocon in 16th. Alright, so getting ready for Q1, we are going to send out both cars at least on one flying lap. We're going to try to send them out early just to kind of get them out there, hopefully not get any traffic, and then hopefully we can just sit on our tires and not have to do anything for the rest of the session, but we're going to move on to the start of qualifying.
The radio is good? You can hear me, yeah?
Radio check, okay? Radio check.
Alright, so riding on board here with, with Esteban Ocon, we were supposed to ride on board with him. Unfortunately, we just sent them out. They're going to have about half the track to get through, and hopefully we don't catch the lap down cars, but we sent them out early on some flyers. It looks like the whole field's going to be able to go through and finish their laps without kind of impeding us, so that looks good, potentially. We're going to look at our times here. Ocon is down his first sector. We need him to start gaining here. He's on lower fuel than he did his first run, or his 3rd lap now. He's down his middle sector too, 11th place, 3/10, or actually a little bit more than 3/10 off of 16th place here. We need him to hopefully gain some time here in his final sector and pull out an amazing lap. Alonso crosses the line. He's going to stay 5th, and Ocon's going to cross the line. Hopefully he can jump up. And he's going to go... He's going to stay 11th. We got a caution in Sector 2. We're going to jump on board with Mick Schumacher, who I believe is the last car on track. So Stroll locked up.
Just a yellow, keep the head down.
Alright, we're going to look at Kevin Magnussen here. Oh yeah, Stroll's stuck on the inside lane there. That's interesting. Alright, so 2 times speed here. We're just going to see what happens. Watch everyone cross the line here. Remember, both Alpines are finished, and they are shown as checkered flags on here, so it's all good. Anybody jump out of the bottom? Someone might have jumped out of the bottom. I'm not quite sure. I wasn't memorizing who's on the bottom there. Sonoda jumps up, bumps down Mick, and Mick's going to cross the line. Mick's going to stay in 16th, and where does Stroll go? Stroll locked up, so he's going to stay in the bottom. Alright, so top of the board in Q1, Max Verstappen with a 1:31.3. Alonso 7th. Ocon, disappointingly, in 12th. Yuki just beats Mick out for the making it in Q2. He's got a grid penalty of some sorts. I wish we could see what that was. And so does Latifi, who is starting dead last. All right, so getting ready for Q2. We're just going to do one flying lap. We're going to try to find a good point to send them out on so they don't get any traffic. We had a problem there. We sent them out. There was a Haas that was just by itself and kind of held us up there. But yeah, we're just going to send them out here, hopefully find a gap for them and not have that same problem happen. And eventually have this screw this out of the final qualifying session.
Radio check.
Loud and clear.
Okay, should be green now.
Alright, so riding on board here with Esteban Ocon. He also got held up there by cars coming out of the pits, unfortunately. Just so frustrating, so incredibly frustrating. He's currently 11th. He is outside of the bubble here. We found him a gap, but unfortunately it looks like it's behind. I can't actually tell who that is. I thought it was an Aston Martin, but it is not because we do not have any Astons in this session. First sector, at least he's up. These are on old tires too, so these are on the tires that he set his first lap on. So hopefully we can gain a couple tenths here. Hoping for 5. We're up our middle sector too. Alonso's down his middle sector, but he is in 4th, so that's okay. Ocon here coming around the second to last little section here. I don't consider really any of these turns except for this one and this next one. Joe ran wide. Alonso stays 4th, and where does Ocon go? Ocon jumps up to 7th. And Perez jumps all the way to 2nd. Alright, so Q2, we had Verstappen top of the board. Bottas making it through just barely. Gasly, Tsunoda, Guan Yu, Ricciardo, and Norris all eliminated. Alright, getting ready for Q3. We have 2 brand new sets of tires that we can put on the car for these qualifying laps. So hopefully we're able to go out there and get ahead of some of our rivals. So we're going to move on to the start of qualifying.
Radio check.
Loud and clear.
Alright, so jumping on board with Alonso here, we're going to show both of their sectors. Looks like Alonso got held up as well as Ocon. I know we have a bit of a pace difference, but we definitely caught a Ferrari and an AlphaTauri or Alfa Romeo, so I feel like that was part of the problem here. So hopefully we see that we're up our first sectors. Okay, we're down with Ocon's. And Alonso's, we are apparently not showing his. His middle sector is green. That's weird. His first sector is missing. Why are we... That's so weird. Why is it showing that he's not done anything in his middle sector and Ocon's missing a sector now too? Huh. Okay, hopefully when Ocon crosses the line, this is going to count. So he crosses the line. He's going to gain some time there. Let's see what Alonso does. Alonso crosses the line. Okay, so maybe we didn't get held up in traffic. We're going to jump on board with, seems like the last Ferrari on track, which is Sainz. We're going to see where he goes. Well, we get to see where Hamilton goes first. Hamilton's going to cross the line. He's going to jump ahead, and Sainz is going to immediately jump back ahead of Lewis. All right, so this is your starting lineup. We are going to have some grid penalties, so it's not going to be exact. But we got Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, front row. We got Leclerc, Sainz, second row. Hamilton, Alonso, third row. Ocon, Russell, fourth row. Then you got Bottas, Magnussen, Gasly, Tsunoda, Guan Yu, Ricciardo, Norris, Schumacher, Vettel, Albon, Stroll, Latifi. Tsunoda and Latifi both have grid penalties, but we're going to move on to the start of the Grand Prix.
Welcome to race day. And before we get down to it, last-minute checks are being made.
Alpine demonstrated a lot of grit during qualifying here, and will be hoping that the hard work pays off when it comes to the race. It was a pleasure to watch Red Bull's excellent performance during qualifying. Their drivers will now be looking ahead to the race itself and hoping to capitalize. And the clouds today look very ominous, which means that teams may have to contend with rain at some point during the race.
And this should be a fitting race then to end a tremendously tense weekend here at the French Grand Prix.
All right, so looking forward to the Grand Prix. We have a pretty simple medium to hard compound strategy. We have 1 lap difference between Alonso and Ocon, so hopefully we're able to kind of get something to go on here today. It's talking about rain percentage chance. I don't really see any rain, so nothing really to worry about there. So we should have a fairly straightforward race unless we have some safety cars, which is definitely a possibility. We're going to push on the mediums, and then we're going to attack on the hards, but we're going to move on to the start of the French Grand Prix.
The drivers have now taken position on the grid, and it's looking like a cloudy day. Looking at Fernando Alonso here. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. Further back, we've got Esteban Ocon. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalize on it? And we're just moments away now. And here we go with the French Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
All right, so Alonso's getting going good here, and it looks like Ocon is doing a fairly good job. I think Russell was kind of pulling a little bit alongside him.
This was good.
So we're alongside one of the Ferraris here. Hopefully we can push by. We're on the back bumper of the
Alpine just advanced.
faster cars, so hopefully we can stay there until the DRS is activated. We're going to go 2x speed here, just kind of see what goes on quickly. Don't want to spend the entire race doing this at 1x speed. I know there's a couple people that do that. I know it's cool and all. It's just something I can't see myself doing.
From Alpine.
Alright, so at least Ocon is able to stick to the back bumper of Hamilton a little bit there. I'm going to have to hope that he can break Russell when the DRS is activated, because if that's the case, we're going to have a hell of a good little DRS thing going on here. Alright, everything kind of looks sort of normal, so we're just going to fast forward here. Ocon is starting to lose out to Mr. Lewis Hamilton, or Sir Lewis Hamilton. So we're going to tell him to overtake, or, sorry, to, what's the word I'm looking for? To deploy.
DRS enabled.
DRS is enabled. Looks like Perez has screwed the pooch. He is out of DRS range of Mr.
This is good.
Max Verstappen. Alright, so we are going to wait until we get to the DRS zone back here. We're going to see what goes on. Hopefully both Alonso and Ocon have the DRS. Want to be able to break the Mercedes. Ocon I'm slightly worried about. I want him to be able to harvest at least a little bit of DRS here. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go the overhead, and we're going to fast forward just to 8x speed, just so we can kind of keep an eye on what's going on here with Ocon. He starts to lose out a little bit too much. We're just going to maybe abandon what we were trying to do there. Oh, what happened there with Ocon? Oh, he just got past. Okay.
Okay, energy's good.
We got the ERS fully charged. We're going to let him sit here.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
That scared me. I thought something bad happened. Okay, looks like Leclerc has lost touch with Perez. So we're going to jump on board here with him and see if we can overtake the Ferrari. And let's jump on board with him here. Alright, once we overtake the Ferrari, we're going to go full deploy. We're going to go full attack. We're going to see if we can catch the back bumper of Mr. Perez. Just at least getting his DRS here. This is a bit risky, but want to be able to do it. Hopefully we can. I'm going to keep an eye on the ERS here. Make sure that we're not absolutely killing our stuff. Definitely a possibility. Ocon is still holding on to the back bumper of Leclerc, which is good. Okay, do we have the DRS with Alonso? We do. Okay, we're going to keep him on deploy. We're going to wait till he gets real close, and then we're going to go on harvest. Alright, so we're going to go on harvest. And we're going to go fast forward here. We're just going to wait and see. Hopefully Alonso doesn't pass him, because we need him just to chill and sit.
That was a very good lap.
Do not need him to overtake, and he overtakes, so he's going to get immediately overtaken again, and he's on harvest, so hopefully that doesn't break him out of the DRS. Alright, ERS is fully charged, so we're going to go on neutral here. We're going to go 2x speed to see... Did we just break Ocon out of the... or Perez out of the draft? Let's take a look at his rear wing here. Yes, so we're going to go full deploy and attack with Alonso. We're going to ride on board with him here. Let's see if he can break Leclerc and Perez. Give him a shot, see if we can get him to about a 2-second gap, maybe. Hopefully Perez and Leclerc kind of keep costing each other a bunch of time here. We're going to try to not push his deploy below 50%. Get a yellow flag, sector 3.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
Alright, so we are now just above 2 seconds, so we're going to put him back onto just the normal aggressive, whatever it's called. So we're going to put it on 2 times there, and we're going to fast forward 16 times. We're going to look at what Ocon is doing here. Ocon is sitting in a decent DRS train that goes all the way down to 7th. I'm fine with him sticking here. Need him to not lose the DRS to Perez. Alright, Perez looks like he's about to catch on to the back bumper of Alonso. And when I say Perez, I should say Leclerc. So Alonso is now behind Mr. Charles Leclerc, so we're going to put him on harvest. Got a fastest lap here for Ocon. Alonso is now ahead of Leclerc. Now he's behind him. Alright, we're just now out of the DRS zone here. We need him to close back up.
Ferrari, advance the race position.
DRS is fully charged. We're going to go neutral. He has the DRS again. He does. Sweet. Alright, overhead view. Fast forward a little bit here. Hopefully we can have some of them starting to pit. Verstappen's looking pretty good here to get his first win of the year. I think we're going to sit here, we're going to charge our stuff, and we're going to just wait until we have an opportunity to do something like...
Oh, there's a spin!
Something different. I'm going to go 4 times speed here. I want to see what everyone else is on tires. So we have Leclerc and Perez on the hards. So they're going to go longer than us. Okay.
Alpine just advanced.
Alright, so it looks like we're just swapping back and forth for these podium places. We just entered our pit window. But we're going to go as long as possible here because we're going to be faster in this train. So Verstappen is just pitted. Ocon is still sticking onto the back bumper here of Perez and Leclerc.
Red Bull gained a place.
Alright, so this is our optimal pit lap. We're going to hold him out here. Alright, we're on our optimal pit lap for both cars. Or we've already passed the optimal pit lap. So we're just going to hold station here. Just got to hold on to that DRS. Just hold on to that DRS. It's going to make us a lot faster than just trying to catch up to these people by ourselves.
Red Bull moved up.
It will be difficult to recover the front.
Alright, so we're going to pit Alonso now onto the hard.
So what do you want? Would you want box?
Oh, Leclerc just spun. Alright, we're going to pit. Alright, Leclerc regained his position. Alright, where's Ocon in relation to Perez? Okay, so Ocon is not in the DRS of Perez.
Like a spin.
That tire's gone.
Alright, so we're going to pit him onto the hard tires as well.
What do we do?
We're going to have him deploy and attack, push into the box. So we're going to ride on board with him. We're going to see where Alonso comes out in relation to those around him. So hopefully we're right on the back bumper of Russell here. Alright, we are 5 seconds back of Russell. Has Russell pitted yet? No, he is not, so we are going to go as the strategy indicates. We're going to go full attack, we're going to push, and we're going to deploy. But we're going to keep an eye here on Perez, because once he pits, we're going to put him down I think we're just going to have him push out of the box as well. I think that's a good call. Alright, we're going to watch a pit stop from onboard. 2.6 seconds, not terrible. We're going to watch what Alonso can do here. So Alonso is out of the DRS range of Sainz, it looks like. So Ocon's still in the pits. He's behind Hamilton. Alright. He's going to be in the DRS. So I'm going to put him on Harvest. I'm going to put him on Balanced. But I'm going to keep him on pushing on the tires. Or actually, I'm going to have him go standard on the tires. We're going to let Alonso push. And we're actually going to go overhead, and we're going to go 8 times speed.
Energy's good.
So ERS fully charged. We're going to have him go balanced, but we're going to let him go attack now on the tires. So Alonso has catch Russell. So we're going to put him on Harvest, and we're going to put him on balanced and standard.
Okay.
We're going to let him harvest ERS behind George Russell. Hopefully we do not pass George Russell.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
Caution sector 1. Just need to keep harvesting our ERS.
It's a
Perez.
race position gained for
Okay.
Mercedes.
So we're going to go neutral here. Looks like Leclerc has already caught up to Verstappen. That's
Somebody
crazy.
spin out there.
Schumacher spun. Alright, so now we're behind Perez. So we're going to go on to Harvest. Alright, ERS fully charged. We're going to go neutral. We're going to go attack. We're going to see what we can do here. Where's Ocon? Ocon is almost 2 seconds off of his teammate. So we're going to put him on overtake, or we're going to have him go on neutral. We're going to wait until the next corner, and we're going to tell him to overtake.
Moves up a place.
We're going to tell him to overtake now.
Use overtake. Copy.
Alright, come on, get by him, man. 2 times speed. And then once he gets by him here, we're going to tell him to push
Alpine
or
just
deploy.
advanced.
Hopefully we can have him gap Hamilton. If we can gap him this sector, that would be amazing. He does. That's amazing. Great job by him. Our hope here is that even on neutral ERS, we can have Perez be broken out of the DRS range, which is very stupid thinking, but whatever. We're going for it. Alright, so hopefully they're holding each other up. We need to keep them being held up here. We're going to put Ocon or Alonso on hold cars back just so we can get Perez into this train.
Red Bull moved up.
We're on 22% ERS here. It looks like we're within 1 second, so hopefully Ocon gets the DRS, and he does. He's going to go on to Harvest. We're going to put him onto that. So we're just going to keep an eye on him here. Hopefully he can hold the DRS zone here. Looks like he will. We've broken Sainz, so we're sitting a good 3rd and 4th here behind the Red Bulls. Max has got almost an entire pit stop ahead of the field, which is Max things. What you expect out of him. Alright, so we're pushing pretty hard here. Don't know what our strategy is for the end of the race. I think we're just going to go overhead here. We're going to just let them keep pushing. We're just going to see what the tires are potentially doing. Make sure that we're not overheating them. I mean, we are.
Red Bull gained a place.
So I think...
Was that a lockup on the track?
We're going to go 16 times here. We're just going to see what happens. Alright, so Ocon's ERS is fully charged up. So we're going to see. So Alonso is in the DRS, or he's in the in a difficult spot here. Perez is going to pass him. Okay. We're going to be able to pass him back here. Looks like we are not going to be able to. But we are going to, coming into this final sector here, I think it's a smart idea for us to kind of hang tight here. And not do anything. Do not try to pass him into the first corner, as we are going to probably pass him into the first corner. We're going to try to pass him on the backstretch with both cars. So we're going to get to this corner here. We're going to pause. We're going to put both cars on to overtake. Alright, so we're going to jump on board with Perez, or Ocon here. Why did I say Perez? That's who we're trying to overtake, sir. Alright, so hopefully Ocon can get by. Okay, so Alonso's by, so we're going to put him on deploy. So hopefully we can get Ocon by him here. We're going to also put him on deploy if we can get him by him on this corner. We are not. Need Alonso to do a much better job at getting rid of him. We have a caution in Sector 1. Doesn't look like anybody's stopped.
It's a spin!
Alright, so it's Guan Yu Zhou. Alright, so it does not look like we're going to be able to gap him here, but I think the best bet here is to us put both cars on harvest. And let's see what happens to these lap cars. Let's see if we get screwed by lappers. Or if we get helped by lappers. If we get helped by lappers, that's going to be amazing. Alright, so we're going to get slowed up here by both Williams. Both move out of the way. Still have a very close gap to Perez behind us. We're going to put both cars on the standard for a little bit. Just going to get those temperatures down. I know the temperatures are pretty hot. We go overhead here, as it looks like all three cars are all on each other here. As right as I say, we're going to go be careful on the tires. We're going to immediately jump back on that. Put them on overtake. So we just dropped out of the ERS zone. DRS zone.
Moved up.
Okay, jumping on board with Ocon here. We just got to push here to catch up to him. We got to put Alonso in that zone too. Okay, we got him in the DRS here. We need Alonso to get in the DRS. Well, we're going to jump on board with him. Going to go full attack here.
Push now, push now.
Alright, so now we're going to put him on harvest. We're going to put him on neutral.
Okay, copy.
That he's behind him. So hopefully that prevents him from passing him, but we're just going to allow Ocon or Alonso a chance to catch back up. Hopefully. Please. How's he looking on tires here? Okay, so he's on the medium tires, so he's going to have more grip than we are. Alright, we're in the DRS here. That's good. Just need Ocon not to drop out of it. We just need Ocon not to drop out of it. We just need Ocon not to drop out of it. Okay, we need him to go on freaking harvest.
Very good lap. Charge on, charge on.
Okay, we just need them not to fight each other.
Copy.
I'm not going to tell them not to fight each other because I feel like they're going to do something stupid. Alright, so we're going to put them on standard here. We're going to go 8 times speed. We're going to see what happens. We're able to kind of stick with them. Just kind of keep that tire. No, we gotta be aggressive apparently. So we're just going to be full aggressive at the end of the race. Looks like we're very close to losing the DRS. We're in the DRS, so we came back up.
Okay, energy's good. Copy.
Alright, so we can go neutral with Ocon. We're going to go full attack. Just say screw it. We're going to go full attack to the end of the race. Alright. So hopefully we can stick in the ERS here, or DRS. So many RSs. Alright, so his ERS is fully charged, so we're just going to sit behind Perez. And we're going to wait for the final couple laps here. We're we're going to wait until the penultimate lap to see if we can get a double podium here.
Looks like there's been a lockup. Red Bull gained a place.
So we're going to wait until it says lap 52. This is lap 51. So if we can get one of them by on this lap, not doing anything, that's going to be good. But we're going to pause here. We're going to jump on board with Alonso. We're going to put him on full push. And we're going to put him on overtake. We're going to let Ocon go on full push, but we're not going to do anything yet.
Let's lift off, please.
Copy.
So we got 8 kilograms of fuel. We're going to be able to make a move on the outside here. Alright, now it's time to put Ocon onto overtake as well. Alright, now it's time to put Alonso on defend. We're going to have him on hold cars back behind. And we're going to watch this from the TV camera.
That's a good overtake from Alpine.
So where's Perez in relation to these two? Perez is going to make a move on the outside, but Ocon's going to go on the inside. Alright, so we're going to disable that order. We're going to jump on board with Ocon here. So we need him to get alongside. He's not far enough alongside. Alright, so we're going to put Alonso onto overtake here. Then we're going to have to make the move here on the final lap with Ocon. So we're going to have a shot here. We have enough to go full overtake. So we're just going to go on the outside here. Hopefully we can make it decisive. Jump on board here with Alonso. Need Alonso to get by as well. Alright, we're going to put him on defend.
Alpine just advanced.
Hopefully we can get Alonso by him as well. Come on, Alonso. Come on, Alonso. Oh, are we going to get double? Oh, please tell me we're going to get a double. Okay, we're going to put him on deploy. We're going to put Alonso on deploy. No! Alonso!
Red Bull moved up.
Oh, come on. No. Oh my god. Just stick it in there.
Max Verstappen over the finish line.
Gonna be able to get him on the outside. Oh no, we're gonna run out of ERS. Dang it.
So let's check the flags.
Ah, great job, guys.
I really enjoyed that. Well done. When you stop, it will be P1. Wait 5 seconds.
This is a performance to remember from Esteban Ocon. Extraordinary. This podium is a brilliant reward for everyone's hard work over the weekend. And there's no denying that the Frenchman deserves this result. He was absolutely brilliant. Alongside them, of course, the other two talented drivers completing today's podium lineup. I imagine everyone at Alpine will be very satisfied with their performance today.
The whole team was absolutely on their game today, and the result proves that.
That's right, and they finished the race weekend in third place in the constructor standings.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Alright, so the results for that race, we had Verstappen absolutely obliterating the field. I think that's the most dominant win we've seen so far in this this career, or at least on this game for my sake. Ocon up 5 positions to get on the podium. Frenchman on the podium, that's awesome for the home crowd. He gets the fastest lap as well. Perez just pips us at the end for the podium. Alonso didn't keep his foot in it. It's kind of frustrating when you have these instances where in real life someone would go for the move but backs out. That's annoying, but whatever. Your points for the race, Bottas, Magnussen, Russell, Hamilton, Sainz, Leclerc, Alonso. Your podium, as you saw, Perez, Ocon, and your winner, Verstappen. Those outside the points were Gasly, Ricciardo, Guan Yu, Tsunoda, Norris, Schumacher, Vettel, Albon, Latifi, and Lance Stroll. Looking at your Drivers' Championship, Leclerc still top of the board. He got 10 points. So they lost ground to the Red Bulls today. Unlike real life, they have an actual lead to where they can afford to do that a little bit. He's got 4 wins on the year. Carlos Sainz has got 3. Perez has 1 win on the year. That was Verstappen's first win of the year. Alonso has 3 and 3 podiums, so he's only been on the podium if he's been on the top step. Ocon has had 2 podiums, his second one being his second place at this home Grand Prix, so it's great that we got Ocon on the podium, because we did the same for Alonso. We got him a win at Spain, so good for patriotism. Hamilton loses the spot again to Ocon. Verstappen moves ahead of Alonso. We see Magnussen gets his 2 points, moves ahead of Ricciardo. And still, as we have passed over the halfway point, have Yuki, Lance, Latifi, Vettel, and Albon, who have not scored points yet. So your constructors' standings gets a little bit tighter after today's race. Red Bull are now 100 points behind Ferrari. We are within 100 points of Red Bull, so we're doing a good job, but we have more than 125 points over Mercedes, who gained 10 points out of the weekend. Alfa Romeo gained 8 points, so they have a healthy lead over AlphaTauri. Haas gained 2 points, so they're still sitting pretty. McLaren are doing what they're doing in 8th place. And then Aston and Williams are looking more and more likely like they're going to go pointless this year. Alright, so from your driver experience, we get 967 for Ocon, we get 855 for Tuhan. We have that upgrade that's coming to our driver experience through our race simulator, so hopefully we can gain a little bit more experience for Jack Tuhan. I'd love to see him gain in or around 1,000 points per weekend. That'd be amazing. I just noticed it gives you kind of a breakdown of different things that happened during the race, so you can get successful defends and failed overtakes and all that different stuff that help you gain experience. So that helps us. That's cool little breakdown there. Got an exceptional performance for Esteban Ocon, it says, for the race, so interesting. So looking at the breakdown of the finances, we have to pay our bonuses to Ocon and Alonso. I'm wondering if it might be worth it to offer Ocon a contract where we give him a bonus if he finishes in the top 2 or top 3 or something. Maybe offer him a little bit more money, so it's not something we have to pay as often. Sponsors, 4.6 million, and we're going to leave the weekend with 3.6. Alright, so another successful Grand Prix where we had a really good result. Getting Ocon on the podium at his home race is always good. I feel like the best thing out of that weekend was our ability to get up with the Red Bull, stick with the Red Bull, and break away from the Ferraris. Ferraris have been the best car this year, so for us to be able to have a race where we were both ahead of both of their drivers. I believe Leclerc had a mistake, I think, in the same corner that he did in real life, which is kind of funny. He didn't wreck, though, so just really good capitalization, really cementing ourselves as the 3rd best team at the moment. Hopefully we can continue to improve or, kind of put our eggs in the basket for next year, do a couple more research projects on the different areas that are being affected by rule changes, and maybe we can aim to do a research project on every single car or every single part of the car before we start doing some extra development on our car for next year. But if you like today's episode, like, comment, subscribe, all that dumb YouTube stuff, and I hope you have a good rest of your week.